Hello everybody and welcome to another video. In this video, we'll be painting another unit from the Wallet Games' Epic Battle Hail Caesar Hannibal set. Now in the last video, we actually painted the Gaelic Celts. And in this video, we'll be painting Hannibal's Libyan infantry. And these are basically the core of the Carthage army. Hannibal used this army or this unit almost all the time. Instead of using, men of Carthage, he decided to hire these Libyan infantry in order to hold the line. These are more or less professional infantry, which is great for me because, as you know, I really don't like painting irregular. So it's nice to be able to paint a sort of professional army. With that, I was slightly more at ease at painting because after painting what felt like a whole lot of Gaelic Celts, it was nice to, get down to the monotony of doing, rank and file. So here's what I did with these figures. First off, I undercoated the whole frame with a black undercoat, and I used it as the primer, more or less. And then I did a white overcoat. I did this just to pick up the details. I didn't overpower the black primer. I wanted some of the shade to be left inside. Some people call it, zenithal. Not really, not for this one. I think it was just dusting more or less. Just for me to pick up the details. So when I go inside, the figure's already very, very small. I can able to pick up what is what. And even then, I made a few mistakes, mind you. So what I did first was I painted the skin first, and I used Army Painter's 10 skin, which I quite like. The pictures I researched on Libyans had a slightly more tan skin, and I wanted to reflect that in the miniatures. And then I painted the helmets and spears necks. I used Army Painter's weapon bronze and Valio's flat brown for this. Flat brown because it's a little bit more brighter, and I knew when the scale goes down, it'll darken a little bit. And weapon bronze because that was an easy color for me to work with. And then the tunic was given a coat of matte white. Now the matte white was thinned down 50-50. And then it was washed down with Army Painter's dark tone quick shade. Now the painting of the miniature up to this point took a few hours. It took about like 4 hours to complete. And then once that was done, the most important part of the figure had to be completed. The shields. Now, all the games were nice enough to provide decals for these, and so I didn't have to freehand the shield designs, which is what I did for the Gaelic Celts, which is great. So I took a break, I took a walk, had a drink, had a tea to decide how I would tackle these shields. And I broke it down. Now the shields come in three designs. There was a sign of Thor, the eye, and the olive tree. These three designs came in three different colors: red, black, and white. Now my biggest problem was trying to decide which base colors of the shields should be, and in order for there to be some cohesive looking force. Yeah. So this Libyan infantry were professional army, so that made it so much easier. I could keep things unified in terms of color. Right. So regular viewers of my channel again would know how much I hate painting irregular troops. So this was a way out and a break, I guess. Um, yeah. So what I decided to do was I decided to use only three base shield colors: black, white, and red. Now for the black, I use matte black. For the white, I use a matte white, and for the red, I first use a Valio Plasma Red, and then highlighted the center of the shield with Army Painter Pure Red. This I reckon would help the decal being to pop later when I place the decal on. Now it was at this point where I decided to try something new, and I decided to use ChatGPT to help me paint this army. Now ChatGPT is it's the new Google. It is a new way to research something. It's not always accurate. It's an AI chat program. So I decided, yeah, let's see if ChatGPT can help me out with this. Now, I honestly did not think this would work. Actually, it almost didn't. So I had to really break it down into simplified forms, right? In order to not confuse ChatGPT, I decided to call the designs man, tree, and bull. So, so this is what I did. So the first prompt I did was I said, if I had 10 soldiers on a stick with shields and I wanted to paint the shields with red, black, and white, is it possible to not have any base look the same? If I introduce three shield designs, a tree, a bowl, a man, with each design having only 10 colors in red, black, and white, can you write me a matrix on how to paint each stick with 10 soldiers differently? Now it's even a mouthful to read. I sense that this would have confused ChatGPT, but lo and behold, it broke down the problem for me. And as you can see, step one, shield color combinations. They broke down step two, the shield design combinations and the possible color combinations, which I thought was a great start. And then what they did next was they constructed the matrix. I I'm just as shocked as you are to see this happen. So it was at this point when I got really, really, really excited. And I was like, okay, let's see how far I can take this. So what I did next was I prompted the tree, the bowl, and the man designs has new parameters. There are 10 bowls drawn in red, 10 bowls drawn in black, 10 bowls drawn in white. This is the same for the tree and the man designs. Can you rewrite the matrix? Again, I guess the way I'm writing this prompts might be a bit confusing, even for me reading it now. But here's what came out. And it says, let's update the matrix to reflect the new parameters. And they break down the sticks, the soldiers per stick, the shield designs, the shield colors, and the design variants. And then they updated the matrix. Now, to say I was very excited at this point is an understatement. So I decided to push it a little bit further, and I prompted the matrix must include three colors for the shield, which are red, black, and white. Red designs cannot be placed on red shields, black designs cannot be placed on black shields, and white designs cannot be placed on white shields. Can you rewrite the matrix with the shield color displayed, the design, uh, and design color displayed for all 30 sticks? Because yeah, 30 sticks for me to go through to paint all these. And there we have it. The parameters were set. Um, they added a sixth entry, which is the restrictions, red designs can be placed, yada yada yada, which I thought was amazing. And then here came the matrix, and it was at this point I was already, you know, almost ready to jump in and really really paint. And then luckily I had a phone call and I attended the phone call, and then when I came back to looking at the matrix again, I uh, I had another thought. um, because looking at the design, the explanation, the design colors and stuff like that, I wondered if in any way that could be an error. Um, and a quick browse, I felt that there could be an error in this whole matrix, because it felt like some patterns were repeating continuously. So what I did next was I prompted, can you review the matrix and make sure there are no sticks with the same shield color sequence? Can you update the matrix? And sure enough, they gave me the adjustments. The shield color sequence has been carefully reviewed to ensure no two sticks have the same sequence. Shield colors and designs are arranged so that each stick remains unique with respect to both sequence and design distribution. And now, let me just say that when the final matrix came up, I was extremely happy, extremely happy. This prompting didn't take very long. It took a better part of the evening for me to work out. But once you had the matrix, I now did not have to think about color combinations, and I think this is where using ChatGPT came as a huge uh, plus to this project, to this particular unit in the project. So now that I had the matrix, now I had to get down to work. Now the painting for the shields took a few hours, just to find out where the blacks were, the white was, the red were, and just paint them in. Now the decals. The decals, on the other hand, took literally days. There are 300 shields with 300 decals to go through. Now, I would like to advise anyone trying to do decals for the very first time, right, to follow these few simple tips, right? So number one, get yourself a set of hobby tweezers. Now these may be a bit pricey, but in the end, it will be worth it. It will be worth the investment. The ones I use are from Army Painter. There are two types in the set. The flat tip tweezers has a very good hole and was sensitive enough for the job. Now, the second tweezer uh, has a sharp point. It's a sharp point one, which helps with positioning the decal and helping to remove the decal from the decal paper. So yeah, get hobby tweezers. I'm sure the more veteran of the hobbyists will tell you that you can use any tweezers, but I would recommend using hobby tweezers. They work. They really work. Number two, have some cotton buds handy. Now these can help with removing excess water from the shields as you are trying to place the decals. It also helps with positioning the decals. Uh, Three, take your time. Now there's no rush. There's honestly no first place prize for finishing quick. So just take your time and enjoy the process. Number four, you will make a few mistakes and destroy a few decals. Now that's okay. There are quite a few left to account for that. Warlord gave a lot of extra decals and designs, so if you destroy a few, it's all right. They will be enough to go around. Now, number five, if you are the type who has no patience or suffers from shaky hands or furious bouts of frustration and anger, kindly don't decal. No, don't. Stick with the base colors. Don't put the decals on. Use freehand. Use anything but decals. And I assure you, your mental health will thank you for it. Now let's talk about the decals. The decals, I must say, were bloody good. They did not tear so easily, and when it sometimes folded during application, it was durable enough to re-dip into the water to unfold the decal. So top points for the decals, good quality. Now after decals were placed, I give the shields a coat of Army Painter's uh, anti-shine matte paint. So what it is anti-shine matte varnish. Now these I think were the secret sauce to these kind of painting sessions. The shields just blended into the figure while making them stand out. Now, if that makes sense, it just made the shields look great, and also it protects the decals. Now, because if you were to get any of the shields wet at any point, the decals would move. So this is a protective layer, and it looks great. The finish looks great. Now for basing, I use the Army Painter Brown Battleground and Static Grass, and that's pretty much it. That's how I completed the base Libyan infantry. Now I quite enjoyed the whole process, to be honest. Even the decal part, which took days to complete, with the correct tool and a clear mind, the decal process was more of a grind and less tedium for me. Now I had some music and I had some podcasts to keep me company, which was great. The Libyan unit also has a purple band on the edge of the sleeve, which I added before basing, and I must say that this small bit, helped make the figure look much better. I also gave the faces a wash of soft tone, quick shade, because the sculpts on the face are fantastic. Now, three bases make up a Libyan infantry unit. As you can see here, they are arranged in a line and look and definitely look the business. I'm glad I used ChatGPT to help me plan the distribution of the shield colors, decal color, and decal placement because this army looks great from almost any angle. I decided to arrange them in March color, which I was very pleased with how they look. The shields are the focal point here. Even in depth, the variety catches my eye pleasantly. It also helps that the rest of the figures are more uniform, giving the shields a chance to shine. Now, I initially thought they would look boring, but you know what? I don't think so. Compared to the Gaelic Celts I did previously, we can tell which army is a professional army and which army or which unit is a war band, right? Anyways, in the Hannibal set, you receive 6 units, which made up of 3 bases each, and here they are for you to see. These impressed me so much, and I really hope you like them. uh, I can't help stress enough how happy I am to choose to go with ChatGPT to help with the distribution of the decals. It honestly made me like decaling so much easier because I did not need to think. I just followed the sequence. These Libyans are now in on the display cabinet beside the Gaelic Celts, and I'm probably going to take a few days off epic battles painting, just for my mental health. Yeah, but I subconsciously am deciding on which units to do next. If you like the video, help with a like and a subscribe, and perhaps give me a hello in the comments. Until the next video, don't forget to enjoy painting those figures.